is Still Toking like about drugs and things?
Nope. Still Toking is about the guest.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd light up for you if it were, but
by all means, you can.
I'm kidding. I live in West Virginia. We're not allowed to.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
What the fuck are we gonna do now? Get high? Haha! Yeah, it's Wednesday. And yeah, Leo's still not here. I guess buying a house takes a lot of work. Or a lot of moving. A lot of something. But hey, anyways, I'm here. But guess who else isn't here? Yes, Mr. Jeffrey is under the weather, so I had to get a backup for my backup just so that we could get backed up. So without further ado, let's bring in Jeffrey's backup.
Well, motherfuckers.
How's it going, brother?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Wonderful. You know, I hit the live button and like 3 of the fucking 7 decided, oh, we're not going to push to Facebook because Facebook's being quirky tonight.
I've seen it. I was like, oh shit,
I
that's
said,
not good.
oh man, I have to fucking take this shit out and bring it back in. Oh, gee, Leo, where are you?
Oh, fucking Leo, slacker.
Yeah, I know. Gotta love him though. Gotta love him. But
Yeah, you do.
you know, thanks for joining us tonight. And you know, our normal backup for my backup being backed up, of course, always, Mr.
I'm all fucking backed up, man. Holy shit. This
X-Lax, brother. X-Lax. That'll
yeah, for real. Something's Duralax. Fucking Superlax.
Superlax.
Oh my god, man. At least we're here though. And we've made it. And that brings on, look, I did this in 4 minutes. Thanks. You could have told me earlier, hey, by the way, you should do prepare an intro or something.
Well, I thought about it, but I figured, you know, your old lady said that you're good at doing things quick, so.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jar Jar. You need a challenge every once in a while.
She definitely compliments me in that way. Well, anyways,
right, well,
an award-winning film and television writer, cartoonist, author, musician, and voice actor, Mr. Dave Shelton.
Hey, you think you're backed up? I got a friggin' pencil up my fucking nose.
Yeah.
I didn't know we could have puppets.
I didn't know we could have puppets.
Everybody knows who I am. You know, you guys do a great job. You guys are marvelous. Let me tell you.
Well, thank you.
Wow,
Is that a first Dave? On here? I feel like that's a first. I've never seen a puppet on here.
You haven't been looking long enough.
There was the ventriloquist girl. Was she ever on the show? I know we saw her at Northeast.
Yeah. Sandy Netburn.
Yeah.
But I don't think she did anything with the puppets. And the only other person that we've had on, well, we had Mark Dodson on, God rest his soul.
Well, maybe she didn't do anything with the puppet on camera.
Oh. NDAs all around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did her.
So what's with the pencil up your nose?
I'm Jeffy. Oh, come on. You got to look me up. I've been all over the place. They sell me on eBay for $1.05. They can't get any more change out of me.
I was just wondering why it was a pencil and not a straw.
Well, I tried crayons, but they wouldn't stick.
You're going to go full on fucking Breaking Bad with the puppet? Come on.
Well, I'm not very good at drugs either.
Oh, man. All right. Ooh, this is usually where Leo would bring it back on the tracks, but, you know, he's not here. So I'm just going to take this train ride tonight, folks.
We're going to derail this motherfucker right now.
Okay, say goodbye, Jeffy. Fuck you.
And Jeffy will never, ever be on a child's cartoon again.
I don't think he ever was, but
that's okay.
He's done been fired in the first 5 minutes.
Right. Well, I'm just going to give our guest a reminder. This is uncensored. And if you say something you shouldn't have said, well, your agent will be the one to call you, not us.
My agent just dumped me, so I'm fine.
All right. Fantastic.
Okay. She didn't like some honest things that I said.
Oh boy.
Like you can't get any work for me, you suck. You know, why did I sign with you? Things like that.
Well, and that's the biggest reason why Jeff and I have 4 agents.
Oh my God. I have an amazing publicist though. She's from Jersey like I am, and she doesn't take shit from anybody because it's North Jersey.
Oh boy.
Hey. A shout out to my paisans.
So, and who would you
I'm mostly Jewish, but you know, you have to kind of mix in Northern Jersey or you won't get out in Northern Jersey.
Well, you might, just not the way you want.
No, you'd be talking to a whole different Dave right now.
Well, welcome to the show, Dave.
Oh, it's my fucking pleasure.
It's fucking wonderful to have you.
Everybody get it all out.
Yeah.
Come on, Jar Jar.
I want the shit to fly tonight. This is so cool. I don't get to do this very often except in traffic. So this is really nice to kind of be able to do this.
I don't know about flying shit now, but I'm all right with most stuff. But I draw the line of flying shit.
Dude, you just got to learn how to duck real fast. You're good.
Yeah, well, I used to hang out with Andrew Dice Clay back in the 80s. So
Oh, no shit.
I learned some of the language from there.
I'm kind of jealous on that. That man's a fucking legend.
Oh yeah, he blew. He needed the money. Hey, I went to dinner with him. I was working on a book on stand-up back in the 80s, and we were doing some interviews in Jersey, and we went to dinner. Oh, that was an experience.
Well, we need to know more.
Yeah.
We need to know more.
Just stop.
Well, it was basically with his first wife, and we were there in like Ramapo, northern New Jersey, over Route 17, and it was funny because just like you would imagine, and he's really a nice guy in person normally, but I think he wasn't having a great day, so the waiter kind of got the gist of it. You know how he would always go, "Don't look at it, suck it." He would. He's like, "What kind of food is this? I wouldn't feed that to a rat in my ass."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Hi, Eddie. Hi, this is Dave. Hi, I can do Eddie Deason because he's a good friend of mine. Oh, my God. Hi, Eddie.
Oh, man.
I saw in the introduction you had Eddie on there. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He knows everything about everything. That Eddie.
Gotta love him. Well, I don't know, Dave. Maybe you'll make the intro reel for next season.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that! The honors.
I'd be honored for any fucking thing that I get around here.
So, real quick, who is your publicist?
Her name is Linda D'Onofrio. No relation to that ass Vincent. Thank goodness. And he's yeah, I've had some run-ins with him, but
you're never gonna get him on the show now.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, I've had a lot of run-ins with people in Hollywood. That's why I'm in West Virginia. So
he's hiding in the mountains, folks.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, little cabin. There's my house behind me in the picture. Oh, God. And this one, and no, she's great. She handles a lot of really cool people, musicians, things like that. And I met her in LA at a charity event, and we like just really hooked up and got along great. And we started working together.
Nice. So you have done a multitude of things. I mean, like all over the spectrum. So let's just start with one.
Yeah. Do you have ADD?
I have been diagnosed, but only on the slight spectrum, not like
I feel it, man. I feel it.
Damn, Jar Jar.
Right? You like right in there,
like that. Fuck.
Right in there.
Well, God, I like.
Listen, we could just joke around for an hour. I mean, I'm fine with that, but I'd really like to know more about this amazing guest we have. You two.
All right. Well, he just has so many like hobbies, but it all becomes his work.
Hobbies.
Work.
Yeah. Is it a hobby if you don't make any money at it?
Oh well, yeah. Then you're a collector like me. Yeah. Then it's all hobby.
Yeah.
Podcasting and everything.
I've had a very weird, interesting career. A lot of ups and downs, especially on the bed. And I have some journalist story. Oh, seriously. No, because I started my career as a rock journalist for Tiger Beat.
Right.
And even before I started working at MTV and Nickelodeon and living in New York and New Jersey and all sorts of stuff like that. So I actually got to hang out with some of the biggest rock stars, groupies in America. Not with them, with their groupies. No, I actually did hang out with some of them. And there's one story where I was in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I was covering Scandal. Remember her, the Patty Smythe, who's married to
Patty Smythe. Yep.
So they rented this huge hotel, and I was invited to that because I'm also a musician. Well, anyway, that is the only time I do not remember what happened the night before. I wake up in a hotel room with a fat naked chick who's smiling, and I said,
sounds like
I said, did we have a good time last night? She goes, don't you remember? Oh yeah, you were awesome. And the only regret I have is, not remembering, because I'm worried for like 30 years there's going to be a little fat Dave running up to my door.
I was just going to say, did you redirect the child support payments somewhere?
Daddy, I'm home. Fortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, I've like so many stories like that. So you ask me whatever you want and I'll get weird. Well, I can tell you though, from looking at me, I am nerdy and I'm a weird nerd. But you know what? That's an honor. That is like such an honor to be back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Before we get into questions, I mean, we had a shitload of comments come in.
Oh my God.
The poo is slinging.
Go with the fucking shit again.
Annie N says, hello, Dave. Good to fucking see you. Connor Blackburn says, hey, you all. Kelly says, what's up? Amy Makepeace says, hi, guys, with X's and O's. Geez. All right. Yeah, I can't read them all. You'll have to go back and read them later. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in the fucking chat. But a huge shout out to Amy Makepeace for making this interview actually happen.
Amy is awesome. And I really appreciate what she does. And she's been like working on getting me different appearances. I've got a lot coming up. And you know what's nice is that usually the podcasts that I'm invited on, the audience is their mom and dad, or maybe their brother, sister, and a cat. So it's nice that there's more people.
Well, we have our brothers, our sisters, maybe a couple of ferrets or two, but.
Oh, yeah. I've been so freaking looking forward to doing this because I checked you guys out, and the fact you guys are just cool, uncensored, and you don't give a shit about all the uptight asses that are out there.
Nope. And that's why we're successful at what we do. And, Lindsay says she's got the ferret
on the daily.
Oh, good. I'll be right over. Tell her I'll be right over.
So,
if he ever seen what I used to be,
oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm an equal opportunity animal lover. So whatever can fit up there is fine.
Oh my.
No, my girlfriend is awesome. Her name, I'm giving a shout out. Can I do that, or am I going to get marriage proposals on this show?
You might get marriage proposals, but hey, redirect them to your agents.
It's my publicist.
Yeah.
So, Leanna, if you're out there watching, she's an amazing girl. I met her here, and she and I have so much in common. We're like really into goth and cemetery. Our first date was at a cemetery.
Nice.
So
okay, that's odd.
How cool is that? Yeah.
That is
did you have sex in the mausoleum?
Did you have sex in the mausoleum?
Well, I mean, I said ass. Fuck.
We made out in front of a gravestone.
Okay,
that's cool.
That's close. That's close. All right.
Well, we have some respect for the. Yeah, we don't have much respect, but we do have some respect for the dead.
Yeah. Who came up with the idea to have the date in the graveyard? Was that her or you?
We both did. We're both in the Halloween, and we started our own paranormal group called the Paranormals. And I'm going to be appearing at the Blennerhassett Paracon next month, and there's like all these nationally known ghost hunters. Yes. Or as I call them, bullshit hunters, because they never it's like they never capture freaking anything. It's like, it's so ridiculous. I'm sorry, I could put the air conditioner on too and say there's a cold spot in my apartment, but that doesn't mean there's a friggin' orb floating around.
And to all our paranormal viewers, redirect the hate mail to Dave's agent.
It's Dave Shelton.
my ex-agent.
And when you look them up, make sure you look up the one that's in England. Send all the hate mail there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What's with that? You guys like totally confused me with some nebbish British guy who also writes children's books, but Yeah, people have actually said, have you ever met this guy? And I said, no, and his style's completely different. He's more Tintin and I'm Charlie Brown and Warner Brothers. Yep. I actually used to work at Warner doing Tweety and Sylvester for their consumer products. And I mean, they can go to my website and see all this kind of stuff that I do that I've worked on. And that's snuggybear.com, SNUGGYBEAR.com. They could see my music and some of the other TV shows I've worked on. I don't know if your audience knows I worked on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
We do now.
Oh, you guys didn't know that? I knew that.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, what's it, like they said in Blazing Saddles, I'd like to keep your audience riveted. So kind of like that. But yeah, I wrote for them. And one of the coolest things, oh, you guys would love this if you check the site out. It's my Bitchy the Clown character.
I was checking that out earlier today.
Actually. I have, with all the years in the industry, everyone is just so like anal about pushing buttons and worrying about their next job. And I've never been that way. It's like, you know what? If they like my work, if they don't like me, if they like me or not my work, then that's fine. But I can't change just to do that. And yeah, it's lost me some work, but it's also like gained me work. And that's why when I worked at National Lampoon, they said, you go fucking crazy and you do whatever it takes to make people laugh. And that's something that I did. So in response to that, I said, okay, I'm going to create a character. I was a clown in the circus.
Really?
In Clown Beatty Core Circus. And we had groupies. We had clown groupies who would follow us around. Like girls who go to plushie parties to have sex with people in costumes, which I also did once too.
And before ICP.
Well, I was the one in the costume, and there were these like really cute Asian girls.
Are we talking like furries? Like you're banging as furries?
Yes, they call them plushie parties, or they call them furry parties, but they used to be called plushie parties. And the one that I went to was at like Furries in LA that's no longer there. Oh, I'm telling you, they had puppets like from Team America shitting on the stage. It was hilarious and things.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it was so cool. So I created Bitchy.
God damn, here we go.
Yeah, I created Bitchy as a response to it. And it's just been amazing. I did a podcast with him. I wrote songs. In fact, one of his songs just got on Sony Radio for a hip hop network.
Nice.
His theme song, Bitchy the Clown. And it finished number 3 nationally on that hip hop network.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I saw that comment come in. Jags knows all about clown groupies. Just in case for you, Dave, Dustin, aka Jags, up in the corner there used to be that was your cue.
A horror clown. I was Scoops the Clown for many years and did quite a few movies as the character. And
oh, that's cool. Like the Terrifier, like Art the Clown, kind of. And
yeah. Very much so. I toured with Ben and Jeff for quite a few years as that character, and it was very in your face and very uncensored, and it was kind of like dark comedy.
I loved it. That's awesome. I love clowns. Pennywise, I like Pennywise, except that the movies suck. I'm sorry, but I was not a fan of the movie, but the character was great. And Terrifier, I do like. I was also Chuck E. Cheese.
Whoa, wait, what?
I was Chuck E. Cheese.
For national commercials or
no, at the stores, at the restaurants.
No shit.
I would go to different restaurants in New Jersey as Chuck E. Cheese. And then, but I had to stop it because I gashed my head open underneath where the animatronics are, kind of like, 7 Days at Freddy. And then I didn't realize it. So when I was crawling underneath to do some programming, they have electrical wires and some of the things like for watering and things like that to prevent it. Sprinkler heads that were all sort of jagged. Well, I cut my head on one. I get back out. I get into the costume. I come out into the restaurant. And I thought I was just sweating. Some little kid looks at me and he goes, "Mommy." And Mom goes, "What?" And he goes, "It's Chuck E. Cheese. He's bleeding and it's coming out his eyes." And
That poor kid needs therapy now.
This was years ago. So I like take the pause and I'm going like that and I look at it and it's all red. So in character, of course, I go back to the dressing room, take it off, and it's gushing all over me. So I had to get stitches. They wouldn't allow me to be Chuck E. Cheese after that. I wonder why. I wanted to go back.
They're paying for that child's trauma now. Emotional damage.
I think the parents still ignore them. It's like the poor kid. And the mom's going, "Oh, that's nice, honey. Go eat your pizza.
Hey, here's $1. Go play a video game."
Yeah, it's the 70s or 80s,
He's got blood coming down his face. It was so funny.
Oh my god,
that's great.
Holy shit!
What about Nickelodeon? What did you do for them?
Like a couple of things. I worked on Double Dare. I was one of the artists for them. I helped with like their artwork, their physical challenges, things like that, and the obstacle stuff, and worked with slime, which was really cool. And then last year here in West Virginia, there's a really cool music store where I get all my stuff called CA House Music. Shout out to Ryan and Sean. They are awesome. And they asked me to work on a commercial they did and recreate slime for the commercial. So they were like advertising authentic Nickelodeon slime from the guy who worked on it.
Oh, that's funny.
That was so cool. Oh, I loved it. And then later on, when I moved to LA, I started working with Klasky Supo as a cartoonist. And they did Rugrats and Real Monsters. Wow. So I worked with them as well for Nickelodeon stuff.
That's wicked cool.
Right?
I love
and I worked with Jeanette McCurdy, who became like one of my really good friends. I directed her in a sitcom with Stephen First from Animal House and Roland Kickinger from Terminator Salvation and Son of the Beach. Son of the Beach. Yeah, Son of the Beach. Remember that show Howard Stern produced?
Yeah. I'm a huge Stern fan, and that show was amazing.
Oh, don't get me started on the Stern people. I had some run-ins with them too.
Okay.
Like,
maybe we want to do it about that.
Well, and then Roland Kickinger, this is like, Roland, he played like Arnold in a movie when they were like doing Arnold movies when he was governor. So he started, I wrote it for him and a couple of other people. And then Jeanette, before she got iCarly and blew up, she was in it. So I got to direct her before she became super famous.
Wow. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Think she'll return my phone calls?
No,
we stay in touch, sort of. I knew her family and everything.
Oh, you're such a tease. We were like, oh, poor Dave. Oh, no, we still talk. What the fuck?
I almost felt bad for a second.
Well, you can still feel bad for me, especially this way. If I act more pathetic, maybe someone will feel for me. I don't know if that's Richard Simmons or Katharine Hepburn.
Whatever happened to Richard Simmons?
He's still around.
You should have Richard on your show.
That would be cool. I would put him on the show. So if anybody's got a link to him,
yeah.
I book all the show. I book all the guests for the show.
I heard Pauly Shore's trying to like portray him in kind of like a biopic movie, and he's been like pulling.
He actually did one. He actually produced a short, I believe it was, playing him just so he could send it to Richard to get approval to do the biopic. And Richard gave him the approval, so that might be coming out soon.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Please just don't put. Yeah, just don't put Ryan Gosling in it or.
Oh man,
that would be the funniest.
Timothy Chalamet or whatever he's called. What is he? Timothy Chalamet or whatever he is, the guy that played in Willy Wonka.
Yes.
Right. So, as a musician, you've written a lot of stuff, but I understand that you wrote the theme song for the Special Olympics.
Yes, that I did with a writing partner of mine. A long time ago, I was the lyricist to Albert Haig, who wrote all the music to How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and he was in Fame and Star Jam and Space Jam. And you know, he was a Broadway composer. So another friend that I knew from LA, we had been writing a lot of stuff, and we wrote some stuff for June Foray, who was Rocky the Squirrel, and Talking Tina from the Twilight Zone, which is like my favorite thing she did, because she got to kill Telly Savalas. How cool is that?
Right.
And so, like, you know, what would he say? Who buries you, baby?
I remember him just from the.
So my friend Ben and I had been doing Special Olympics for a long time, helping them out through their games organizations. I work with a lot of kids with disability. So I said, why don't we write a theme song for them, because they really don't have one. And this was back in the 90s. So we sat down, wrote it. We got a guy from the Bold and Beautiful to record it, and Special Olympics adopted it. And we premiered it at UCLA in LA, and it's been playing everywhere since, and we're really proud of that.
That's amazing.
I can be sincere for a minute, which is really hard for me. But no, it's something I was really proud of.
That's an amazing thing. That's why I had to bring it up, because I mean, as a musician, you know, you can talk about, I wrote, you know, this, and I wrote commercials and I did this, but when it's paid forward, as far as I see, paid forward like that, that's a really big nut.
Well, it was something that was kind of a heart project. It was from that. And so I wanted to kind of give back to that. But no, the most of the kind of music I write is like hard rock, punk, psychedelic, all the ones that are inspirational. My band, I put a band together here in West Virginia called The Weird Characters. What else? And we play Fright Farm every year. I don't know if you guys know what Fright Farm is.
No.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's like Universal Studios, but it's just a haunt.
Oh.
It's a 300-acre working farm in Pennsylvania near Morgantown, West Virginia, and every year they make it into this amazing like 50-acre haunt. And there's like a performance center there, and so we're invited, and we play in front of thousands of people there. But you know, and they have all different bands. But I put this one together so we can play all my originals and just kind of do a Halloween set. So I have like tons of originals, and they're all sort of Halloween based. But then we do Monster Mash, Goo Goo Muck, you know, like Werewolves of London.
Oh, nice.
Waterloo. Oh wait, no, that's not a horror song. Sorry. Or is it You Light Up My Life?
Burn, Baby, Burn.
Yeah.
All the good ones.
Don't Hate Me Now Because I Burned Your Laundry. You know, like nice country songs like that. So, and that's really cool. And then I host the Asylum Ball up at the Weston Allegheny Insane Asylum. And that is insane. That is like probably one of the, and all the parties I've been to in LA, this is probably one of the most insane parties, because they open up the whole asylum for like an all-you-can-drink BYOB, just free fest in all of the rooms there. And it's just so cool. And it's dank, and people are having sex. Some people are wanting to have sex. Some people can't get anywhere. But you know, it's like everybody
standing in the doorway just watching.
Yeah, some people watch, some people are losers there, and some people play with themselves and bring their own costumes.
Oh no.
Sounds like Burning Man.
Right. But that's why yes. That's why I created that's why Bitchy's songs are so cool to do. Because he's hardcore. He's and I created a talk show for him, which a friend of mine, Kevin Dobson, you might know from Kojak, Knots Landing. He was in 1408. He played the priest at the end. And he was going to direct our TV talk show version of Bitchy the Clown. And he's from Jersey. He's from New Kearney, New Jersey. He lives in a trash can. I even created a friggin' cologne, and we've been selling it. It's called Bitchy the Clown's Trash. And the selling line is, if anybody asks what you're wearing, tell them you're covered in trash. And people have been buying it, like women have been buying it for themselves. And it's really, really cool. I'm going to be selling it at the next couple of conventions. But the songs that I wrote, I wanted to be as weird as possible, because he's like a horrible musician, but he's still a musician. So his talk show is set in like an apartment. And he's introduced when, like, you hear a flush of the bathroom toilet, and then the door opens and he comes out, like the way Johnny Carson comes from the curtain. Bitchy comes from the bathroom. And it's really funny. I'm hoping still we could kind of do that somewhere around.
How long have you been doing Bitchy for?
Well, he started on an NBC. I created him for an NBC radio show that I was working on with someone from Howard Stern, who I had to put a restraining order on. And then we had to go on People's Court because I had to sue him because he owed me money. And then he called me Baldy. And then like,
we're getting all the good
you got
shit
some,
tonight.
like,
we're getting the good
around
shit.
you, my friend.
Then he sued me, and I had to put a restraining order out on him, and he never showed up. And it was just like ridiculous. So I created Bitchy for that. And then a guy named Alki David. Does that name sound familiar?
Sounds like the guy down at the bar.
Alki David comes from a Greek family, and he's like some weird sadist misogynist whose family bought up Coke. And I don't mean the drug, I mean the company.
Oh,
but I'm bought up both.
I was like, hold on.
And so he started this station called Battle Cam, and it was pretty popular for a while. He had a studio in Beverly Hills, and he would invite the lowest end of celebrities like Andy Dick, Kato Kaelin, who I did a movie with, by the way, and Janice Dickinson, every other low. Yeah, like lowest of the low.
That's fantastic. There should have been video cameras there.
Oh, they did. It was broadcast live like this, but on his over-the-air channel. And the object was people would log in, and the more disgusting things you did, the more money he would pay them. That's how rich he was. So for every dollar he stayed on, he would give money, and they'd battle it. So there'd be like one guy, and then the celebrities would go up against them. So they invited Bitchy on. And I went up against a guy named Billy the Fridge, who was this like 1,000-pound guy who sat in a chair, and he had 2 refrigerators, and he would pull out stuff like John Belushi style with like mustard, and he'd get these big giant sandwiches and pizza, and he'd just stuff it in his face and say stupid things. So he and I kind of battled back and forth, and we were like the most popular of the week a couple of times. And then he made a movie, like a montage movie collection of all of these videos, and they had a premiere at the Egyptian Theater in LA, and Billy showed up, and I dressed up as Bitchy, and all this media was there. It was like insane. So Billy and him Bitchy are taking pictures, and he had lost all this weight. So while we're staying in line, a guy from an old Saturday Night Live who used to do those mock commercials back in the 70s and 80s with gray hair, he'd always be like an announcer. He was there, and he was with this young girl. So Bitchy like went up to him, and he goes, and his voice was like this. He goes, "Hey, it's nice to see you. You know, it's been a while. So I see you brought your daughter with you tonight." And everyone started laughing. He had this look on his face like, "You fucking asshole." and then he started walking away, and Bitchy goes like, "Well, I'll see you at the hotel." Like, what room are you guys in?
That's great. Oh man, you get the first on this show, I can tell you that.
Well, Bitchy's kind of unique, and as I said, the podcast is doing well. He's had some cool guests on. Let's see.
Is there a reason there's such a space between them? Sometimes there's like months between episodes.
Oh yeah, because it's hard. I want to get more guests on the show, so it kind of just once in a while. And it's really hard to do an hour and a half show with that voice continually.
I can imagine.
Going. So I kind of like wait, and then all these other projects come up, and I wait till something nasty happens in the world. Which that's every day, but
pretty much.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I think it's time for Bitchy to do another one. But I've been trying to. People are afraid to come on the show because of what he says. But Scott Schwartz was on there, my friend from Christmas Story,
the toy, yep,
and the toy and things. Yep. So he was a guest. A kid who was in the Babysitter, who I've worked with, his name's Zachary Alexander Rice. He came on. This girl who was like a producer, and she found out that I put it up on IMDb, and she got really pissed, and she wanted me to take it off. And I said, no, you were on the friggin' show. If you didn't want it up there on IMDb, then you shouldn't have been on the show.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And a couple of other guests, but then Bitchy makes up his own guests sometimes. That's how desperate it is. Because he goes like, if he can't get a guest on the show, he can't get a guest to come on the show, he comes on himself. But he does that.
You okay, Ben?
Yeah. I'm good.
With Bitchy, it's fine. He can do what he wants. Because this fucking world is so uptight now. When you say and comedy has gotten so bad, and I'm from the old days of when comedy needs to be comedy and screw political correctness.
Right. So
that's why your show is so cool, because you guys can talk about anything.
Right. So Bitchy the Clown, brought to you by Kleenex.
Yeah.
When you need something to stuff it up with.
Don't squeeze the Charmin.
Oh, that's what my girlfriend says.
Oh man.
No, she's got such a great sense of humor.
Oh man.
Woo.
How long have you guys been haunting for? How long have you guys been together in haunting now?
Well, we've been haunting, we've been together almost 2 years. So probably a little over a year and a half of that. But we've been bonking a lot longer.
Nice.
We've been bonking.
That's the way to keep it going. Yeah.
So I want to bring into the next question. So when you met her, did you say, I want to suck your blood?
Almost. Oh, I know, because of my heritage with Vlad the Impaler. That's a great segue. Although some people are now saying, and I'm debunking this, is that Vlad was not the inspiration for the Bram Stoker book, but some people are saying yes. Well, my great aunt, who never lied to me, said yes, he was the inspiration for the book. Now, why would my aunt from New York City lie about anything? I mean, she worked for ABC. That should give you an indication right there. She works at ABC News. But yes, we are direct descendants of Vlad. And I have joked with her about that. But no, I haven't drawn real blood. Although once a month, sometimes she'll offer it.
Well, we know he's got his Red Wings. So.
Well, now we know why.
Am I grossing Jeremy out there?
No, I'm okay. I'm just a little shocked. I didn't know this is what I was coming into tonight.
Oh my God. They should have warned you, I think.
Yeah, right.
Well, hey, if you did your research, you would have known that.
I'm good.
I did not see anywhere in the research anything about Red Wings.
Josh, you'd die if you heard some of me and Ben's conversations on forum and shit we've done.
Oh,
Vlad the Impaler, Dracula. I mean, I now I see why you like to date and go to the cemetery.
Oh my God! Yeah. I'm sure this podcast is going to be great for my political career, but
right.
Yeah, that just went down the shithole.
Sorry, Dave. You lost because you were on that show.
Oh my God! Yeah. Look, people don't like I have a photo of Animal House on my profile. So imagine this, and that's nothing. Oh,
right?
Yeah, we just fucked that all to hell back.
Oh, thank you. No, you guys, I don't care. You know, if people are gonna like do that anyway, you can't. Was it like you can't please everybody, so you please yourself? And with me, it's twice a day. So
one says Dave and one says bitchy.
Yeah, and not always with Leanna either. So. Well, she works and you know she lives with her parents, and that's not always convenient. And they don't have a bedroom door between their two bedrooms, so that creates kind of a weird situation.
So it's like full pay-per-view, but
well, they don't. I mean, she's so sweet. She's maybe that's why she's like so into all of this, because she was raised and she'd never moved away from home. She lived with her family her whole life. And I feel like I rescued her. I think from a kennel. We're adoption papers when I met her. Now I met her at Goodwill. I was donating because she was working at Goodwill, and she came in the back to get the stuff. And she had these really cool old cat eye glasses from the 60s. She looks very retro. She's got like those 60s bangs and the nice sort of Christina Ricci hair. And I said, oh, she's kind of cute and different. And then we just started talking, and she was really shy. And it took like a year, she said, before she got up the nerve to accept my, date, like our first date. But then, oh my God, I released the faucets in her, and it's just gone like crazy since then.
Congratulations.
And it's been like the best relationship I think I've ever had.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, outside of that tube sock I dated once.
Yes, folks.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the show, Leo's not here to pull this back on the track. So,
Leo fucked up. You fucked up real bad by bringing me on with you. So,
if Leo was here, he'd ask you, what is it that you dork out about that people don't know or wouldn't assume that you would be into? Like some people are into like sunken ships and stuff. Although you're into a lot of cool stuff like paranormal and everything. So like,
I mean, I think
what are you not into?
I think that there's already everything nerdy, dorky, paranormal. The weird that is probably the whole spectrum of weird. What I'm not into is all the bullshit in Hollywood. I feel like an outsider, even though I've worked on big projects inside. I feel, to me, the worst is all the bullshit of promises that are never kept. I don't like the DEI stuff that's going on. Do you guys know what that means?
No, I don't.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's like, they're they're not looking for scripts that are good. They're looking for scripts and projects that they could just diverse. So it's not even about the quality of the work anymore. Just look at Netflix. It's a perfect example. And I don't care who you are, but if you're good and the script is good, then do that. I watched Roadhouse yesterday, the new one. Oh my gosh.
Was that a good or a bad decision, Dave? Tell us.
Well, it was free. So
I guess that makes it not so bad.
that justifies it right there. And it just Conor McGregor, in the end, it's not like the original Roadhouse, which was good, but there were so many stupid things in the movie. And some of the dialogue was just cringe. And then at the end, can I do a spoiler?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Right after supposedly Jake Gyllenhaal kills Conor McGregor's character, who's like a hitman, ex-UFC guy, And all he does is he walks around naked, like half the movie, and he's just like kind of walking like he usually does. At the end of the movie, supposedly he's dead, but you see him in a hospital gown. He gets up, beats the nurses and doctors, and walks out. And that's the end of the friggin' movie. And he's supposed to be friggin' dead. This isn't a horror movie, I think. So no, it was just really bad. Almost as bad as, well, we went to see Ghostbusters, the new one, Afterlife.
Yeah,
they should have killed it before Life. It was awful. I really wanted to like it, but Bill Murray's in it for like a minute.
Yeah,
and he's just doing like a cameo, and he's not even really exerting the Bill Murray comedy. And yeah, it was very disappointing.
What other movies should we not go see?
What other movies should we not watch?
You know, I might have a shorter list of movies to go see.
What do you got?
I mean, I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3. I'm looking forward to the new Beetlejuice movie.
Yeah.
That looks kind of cool. And thankfully, Tim Burton is back doing it. When they changed directors, like I knew Ivan Reitman, and like Jason took over the Ghostbusters, and you know, it kind of didn't work out. But so I'm looking forward to that. There's a couple of other horror movies and maybe some. The sad thing is there's not enough good politically incorrect comedies coming out. There's always restrictions on what they say, or it's like a racist comedy. You know, and it's only racist one way. At least Blazing Saddles, they covered everything, which was what was so great about it. Same with Young Frankenstein, things like that. So Mel Brooks is one of my idols as far as a writer. But I'd like to be able to say my movies, you know, are coming out that you would see it. I actually have one that I attached Sean Young to, which was kind of like a Agatha Christie kind of thing, and she loved it. She signed on. Oh, I wrote a movie called Schwartzy, and Scotty Schwartz is in it. Cheap Trick's attached because they're really good friends of mine, and I wrote it for them.
Nice.
And Jamie Kennedy, who used to write with me at National Lampoon, and I love him. He's like, so he's as weird as I am, which is good. But I'll never grow a beard. But I love his stuff. So it's about a guy who's an ex-child star, and this is for any investors out there, because we could do this indie. And he inherits this estate of a guy who was a fan of one of his shows when he was a kid, but the family of the guy wants the estate for themselves, and the only way they'll get is if he's dead or out of the way. So they kidnap him, but he holds a big party at a mansion that he inherits, and he gets Cheap Trick to play there at the party. And Jamie Kennedy's like his best friend, who is an ex-rocker. So, and there's all these dungeons and things down in the basement underneath the mansion, all these tunnels. So Cheap Trick and Jamie team up to go rescue him. It's kind of like Kiss meets Phantom. You remember that?
That sounds pretty fucking cool.
It's a cool movie. The script's really good. It's ready to go. And we just need, you know, my old agent sent it out to a couple of people, thought we had a deal, but I need to I want to do it independently because I know so many directors.
Indie's the way to go.
Yeah, we can make this such a kick-ass movie. I mean, Cheap Trick starring in a movie.
Right.
You know, that's as big as the Beatles starring in Helm.
Mm-hmm.
or the Bay City Rollers starring in the Bay City Rollers Meet the Bay City Rollers. I think that would be probably more popular. Or what is it? The Kelsey and Taylor story. You know who they are? I don't
know that one. Taylor.
Oh, Taylor Swift and Kelsey, whatever, from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay, yeah. She just won the Super Bowl and stuff.
Yeah, she won the Super Bowl.
She's gonna be on the cover of Madden this year.
Right. The reason why 90% of the population of women that didn't watch football now watch football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, she had her own fucking jersey on Fanatics.com.
I know. What is with that? I'm sorry, but you know, I mean, it's fine. I'm glad, she's doing what she's doing, but she's no Barbie.
So Dave's trying to get us in trouble. He's like, I know what we'll do.
Dave
we'll talk shit about Taylor Swift.
Listen, like I said,
we're gonna have Swifties going after us.
I said she's fine. She's got an audience. Just not into her music and.
Oh, Christ, I'm dying over here.
I'm dying here.
When you're ready to do the independent film and you launch your Indiegogo platform for it, let me know because I mean, I could be an extra.
Yeah.
I would so come down to West Virginia, Pennsylvania.
To the set.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could die really good.
Andy's a carpenter.
Those guys are probably thinking you're dying right now, but no, you guys are awesome. This is such a fun. I could go on and on and on. As long as you want to have me on, I can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
I think we've covered a lot of stuff, everything except for your career.
We did good then.
We touched on the career.
What career? I'd have a 5-minute "This Is Your Life" episode. No, it would be longer.
So, what do you have coming down the line for new stuff? You said you had some new stuff in the works. What do you got coming down the line?
Well, I've got a syndicated radio show called Cemetery Go-Go that's on stations around the country right now, and it's my tribute to horror and Dr. Demento. I don't know if you guys, remember?
Yeah.
I know of. Never watched.
He played all these novelty songs and he got syndicated and stuff was on stations all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do something horror and take place at a cemetery. So I said, what if I create a DJ character who lives at a cemetery and he broadcasts from there and he lives in the graveyard, actually in the grave, and he plays weird songs, rock songs, punk, novelty, everything, and then he inserts old commercials and old trailers. And I said, well, let's do something beyond that. So he does letters from beyond, letters from below. And what he does, he makes up these letters from Dracula and the Mummy and other characters, and they ask him questions, banshees, Art the Clown, and then he answers funny ways of answering it. And then we also play he makes up old poems and horror funny stories, but it's all horror based.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have people call, we do fake call-ins and things as well. And it's on 5 stations right now, but it's been running. It started in West Virginia. It's been running since 2019. We have 64 1-hour weekly episodes because it's only once a week, and it runs at 11 or midnight. There's one station in Ohio, WCMO FM, that runs it Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 Eastern time. And we've been getting so much positive feedback on it. People listen to it every week, even after the year and a half. They'll just go back and listen to the first episode again, which is really cool. And I'm really proud of it because we produce more episodes than the Monkees. And the Monkees have been on for 45 years?
Right.
So there's
wow, that's awesome. And in case you folks are wondering how you can check any of this amazing stuff out, just go to the show notes up above, down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, because I have his website and all his stuff in there. The only thing that's not in there is his agent's contact info, which you're going to have to hunt for if you want to make a complaint. Too bad.
That's because she's not my agent anymore. She dumped me. But because I had this stalker, this woman who was a bearded lady of all things. I did a show a while back called Professor Creepy Scream Party, and we got that on Amazon. And it's really Erwin Keyes. It's a variety show of horror and for kids. And Leanne Curtis is in it from Critters and 16 Candles. Her daughter, who was an American Idol. Erwin Keyes, do you remember him? From House of a Thousand Corpses. The Jeffersons, Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
The Flintstones. So he was one of my best friends. We actually wrote a script together, and then it was a dog script, and then the Tiny Lister stole it. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He was the black guy from Fridays, the one with the bad eye. He was Zeus in WWE.
Yep.
Oh, I do know him. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he did The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Well, he attached himself to the dog film, stole it, brought it to a guy who brought it to Lionsgate. They made it with Ralph Macchio and released it. And we had to do like this huge lawsuit, but unfortunately nothing ever happened. But the movie sucked. And thankfully, with the result of it, my name wasn't on that. But now I don't even know what I was talking about. Okay.
Hell yeah, the gummies are kicking in.
Was it the website or something?
The radio show. Oh yeah, the radio show.
Radio show. Okay. So when I created that, I wanted to do something kind of really weird like that and to kind of get it out there. So as we say, we play the old movies and we do the voiceovers, and it's gotten really popular. And in fact, it'll be on tomorrow at 7:00 Eastern time on WCMO. But if you go to my snuggybear.com link, you can see all the links to it.
And again, like I said, folks,
all the time. There's actually in the show notes. There's actually links to the actual radio stations too, so you could simulcast it live.
Oh,
there you go.
Which is really, really cool. And let's see. And then I've got the bitchy stuff. I got appearances. Oh, I've got a multi-award winning children's book. Yeah, you believe I do children's books?
Right.
I was going to start there in the beginning of the show, but I went to ADD.
So let's end the show with children's books.
I have an award-winning children's book called Bag Boy and Sweet Slob, and I wrote it based on my ex-fiance and I, and it's winning all these awards on Amazon, and it's from a West Virginia publisher. So that's available. They can do that. I have a collection of my work from when I was at National Lampoon called Brain Explosion, and that's available at Barnes & Noble and on Amazon. And that's a total adult book. Some parents want to know, besides Bag Boy, it's called Bag Boy and Sweet Slob, is the kids' book, but Brain Explosion is the Lampoon book. Can my 5-year-old read Brain Explosion? I said, well, maybe when he's 20.
Well, he can read it, but I won't pay for his therapy.
Yes, that's it. I've already traumatized kids as Chuck E. Cheese. So
right. I mean, Jesus, right?
Yeah. And just so many weird things. I've had so many paranormal experiences, and I had one I can tell you. I was walking along, and a guy from my old church in LA, the couple was from Maryland, and they moved back, and the husband died, and suddenly I get a call from his disconnected cell phone saying that his wife was in the hospital. Her name was Peggy with a leg infection. They weren't sure she was going to make it.
That's a long name.
This is from the same town where Eddie Deason is from, by the way, Cumberland. Oh, I knew them. No, he didn't. But so the phone, I pick up the phone, I go like, hello, and he goes, Peggy's in the hospital. And I'm like, what? Peggy's in the hospital. And I say, Don, Peggy's in the hospital. And then it disconnects, it goes dead. And then I tried calling the number back and it's disconnected. So I called over and I found that she was in the hospital and she was near death.
Wow.
So he was calling me to warn me about it since we were so close. And that's a true story.
Everybody's just like
the chills, like your
I worked on this book called, I worked with Judy Tenuta on a book, and that's available at Amazon too. And I did all the illustrations and edited that. And then I was the editor for a book on the paranormal called The Ghosts of Cielo Drive. with the guy who lives next to the Charles Manson murder houses where Sharon Tate lived, and all the weird stuff. So we're doing, once the book was out, we were doing a live feed, kind of like this, or Facebook or something. And suddenly all these action figures that were on a shelf behind them, the screen started pixelating, and Slender Man flew off the shelf right there on camera.
Oh, that's creepy.
Oh, I've had lots of weird, creepy things happen.
See, I believe in ghosts, but like I've never had anything happen. Never had any experiences personally.
Sometimes
and I've watched all those ghost hunter shows. I'm with you. They never capture anything.
Oh my God, did they suck or what? And you know, the shows I like about paranormal are the ones where caught on tape, because at least you see that there's something on tape there.
Yeah.
One of the cameramen, you know, they're always supposed to be so brave. One, they're boring as hell. You know, I'd rather see Meatloaf, you know, be on camera as one of the ghost hunters. I think he was once. He was one of the ghost guests.
Really?
But they never find anything. And then that's supposed to be so cool and awesome and brave. You know, notice how like one time there'll be like one guy going, "Oh, I got a headache. I got to go outside." You know, it's like my stomach's churning. Oh, boo hoo hoo. You guys are in friggin' Discovery, and I'm, you know, like on the YouTube, and you're complaining.
Oh shit.
So we're doing right now, we're doing our own channel for the paranormals, and you know, we're literally pretty much getting started on doing stuff. We're going to be doing a lot more.
Nice.
I'd like to do ghost sex programs. Come on, they have to have feelings, you know.
Ghost sex.
They have wants and needs. They were manifested at one time.
I met
it's just a dark road.
I met a chick at a bar one time that insisted that she had sex with a ghost every night.
Oh, see, look at that horrible Whoopi Goldberg movie, Ghost. Wasn't he making out with that ghost like Demi Moore?
Yes.
You know, and that's just CGI. You know, I would like to actually see the real thing. I'd like to see two ghosts going at it too. That would be kind of cool. Like in The Conjuring or something, which I can guarantee you guys, I love all the Conjuring movies, except for the new Insidious, which the one Patrick Wilson directed, that was awful.
I haven't seen the newest one.
I haven't seen it either.
Red Door. It's ridiculous. And it's like Dylan, you know, the little kid, he grows up and becomes an asshole.
That just like explains all of us.
That's but his character in particular. I'm just spouting. You guys asked me something.
We're almost out of time.
Oh, okay.
Time.
I mean, shit. I've learned more tonight than I have in the 51 years I've been here.
Well, and probably more than you needed to know.
No, this is great. You're like our favorite kind of guest that, like, you know, you ask a small question, you get a long explanation. It's fan-fucking-tastic.
And it runs right into the next thing that you were going to ask, so you didn't have to ask it.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a couple of bullet points you have to throw in there, like, you know, Vlad the Impaler and, you know, the Special Olympics and things like that. And it rolls and people are enjoying it. And there's like a million laughing faces and some hearts and some thumbs up. You know, there was no angry faces. So I guess we didn't insult anybody.
No Swiftie fans were watching.
Well, that's because none of your audience is in the Ohio Valley.
Oh, shit.
That explains a lot.
I'm dying over here for real. Oh man, for
real.
I know there goes cure in politics, but you know what? You know, with everything so weird, we need to laugh at ourselves, because you know that's what I think makes people happier.
Right.
Yes.
Because I want to live to 67. So
right.
if I don't,
that's a nice ripe age.
I know it's a random number.
He says 67. He might push it to 69, depending on the Kleenex.
On my position, in my position in life, I would love to live to 69.
So with that being said, we are over time, which is fine. I don't mind. I know Dustin has another show in about an hour tonight, but let's spin things out of here. So any last actual questions from you, Dustin?
No, I'm good. We covered a lot of crazy shit. Flying shit, fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
Doing shit in the cemetery. I'm good. I'm good.
Chucky the cheese bleeding everywhere.
Shit. Yeah.
the Chuck E. Cheese story is fucking fantastic.
Right? I could see that being a fucking movie.
Yeah, right.
I could see that being a movie.
I would love to do, or even just like a short film of it.
Right.
That would be cool.
I'm hoping to check out the radio show after this.
Right.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we've got for Cemetery Go-Go. I mean, it's live, recorded live broadcast during the schedule. But I do have one sample episode, I believe, up on my website, so you can kind of get an idea of the format.
Nice. So Jar Jar,
and then all of the Bitchy. If you haven't heard Bitchy the Clown's songs yet,
they're on Spotify.
That's up on Bitchy the Clown's page on my site too. And what's cool is this Sony radio thing. It was a rap show that he charted on. He number 3 on a rap station where they use the N-word for every other song, and Bitchy's the only non-rapper person on it, and he still made it to number 3.
That's cool.
I gotta hear that song.
So Jar Jar,
Bitchy the Clown, but he also has one called Elementary in the Cemetery, and what was the other? I'm like spacing on the other one, but they're all in there because I slept with her anyway. The Visitor. But you'll like Bitchy the Clown's theme song. One of the lyrics is, he makes Ronald eat his burgers and Bozo drink his pee. Yeah, he goes all up.
Perfect humor for us,
right? So, Jar Jar, do you have a question?
No, I'm good. Like we've covered everything. I mean, there's few like little, but we'd have to go back like an hour and have to do another hour. So,
I love all your background green screens and things like that.
Oh, this is real.
Oh, that's real?
Yeah, that's. I'm a big geek. I got all my toys hanging out and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm a real nerd.
He had to put away all the adult toys that hang on.
Those hang on the racks and stuff.
Before we go, speaking of that, because this is another weird thing that I'm into, is collecting bobbleheads and weird haunted dolls and other kind of weird collection. Do you want me to do a last second scroll so you can see kind of what I have?
Sure.
Okay. Come with me.
We need some music for the traveling.
Right.
Oh, wow. You do have creepy dolls all over the place. You don't wake up in the middle of the night, think somebody's watching you?
I was just going to say, that would be one room in the house that I would fucking lock before I went to bed.
Yeah, right.
Holy crap.
Lots of baubles.
Yeah. Well, Edgar Allan Poe is my inspiration. He's my basically literary idol. So, and sometimes I call myself Dave Allan Poe because of all the crap he went through, and he became legendary after he died.
Oh, there you go. That's something to aim for.
Right. So this podcast down the line will be like kind of, oh my gosh, that dead guy, he was so cool.
Right. and his guest wasn't bad either. On that note, Dave, where do you like interacting with your fans on the socials?
I just do a Facebook. I did have TikTok. Twitter, X, whatever the hell they call it now. But Bitchy had one, and he got kicked off.
Aww.
So, Bitch has gotten kicked off of every social media thing you could find, which is fine because it's a badge of honor for him. And I had Instagram, but it was just getting ridiculous because it wasn't really accomplishing anything. So I just have a Facebook page under my name, and there's a link to that on my website. And then I'm going to be doing a TikTok with a girl who lives here in West Virginia, not too far, and we're going to be doing kind of a really cool sort of gothy sort of docu-series where we're going to explore graveyards. Her character name's Demira, and we're going to do like facts about graveyards and haunts and things like that. So we're putting that together right now.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent. Jags.
What up? Come see me on Wednesday nights on Hellfire Entertainment Media Group for Chronic Sports, and Thursday nights for Buzzkill Cinema. We do all the retro horror from late 70s to early 90s. So we will be on tomorrow night with, I think we are covering Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my God, the Kyoto brothers were in my TV show, Professor Creepy Scream Party. I'm really good friends with the Kyotos.
Awesome.
So Dustin's always looking for a special co-host for his shows, Dave. I'm just saying.
I am.
I'm just saying. So
you want me to get the Kyotos or me?
You.
All of y'all. I'll take all of y'all.
See how I'm so secure with myself? I have to ask.
Jar Jar.
Check me out Tuesday night on Splash Pages, reading comic books and doing all that fun stuff, interviewing and everybody. And coming up April 6th and 7th, go to Connecticut GamerCon. I'll be there interviewing people, and it's going to be a good time. So that's about it for me.
Wow, lame.
I know.
I'm just kidding. So, you can go to stilltoking.com. You can find out everything you want to know about the novel, the comic books, the live TV series, the animation that's coming up, this amazing show, which we have 187 episodes now, I believe.
That's awesome.
Check out our amazing guests, all of them, but especially check out Dave in the show notes up above or down below, his website and all the socials that he plays with are there. But to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week. Dave, hang tight till the show's closed, please. I guess we'll see you next week, folks.
Thanks for having me.
So come on.